Your dog just placed their paw on your chest and looked straight into your eyes. Most people would smile and think nothing of it. Maybe you've felt it before. You're sitting on the couch after a long day, scrolling through your phone, watching TV, or simply lost in thought. Then suddenly, a gentle paw lands on your arm, your leg, or your chest. Your dog stares at you quietly, as if they're trying to tell you something. But what if that simple gesture means far more than you've ever imagined? What if, in that exact moment, your dog is revealing something about their emotions, their instincts, and their bond with you that scientists are only beginning to fully understand? The truth is, when a dog places their paw on you, it's rarely random. Behind that small act could be a request, a memory from puppyhood, a sign of trust, or even something much deeper that most owners completely overlook. And the final reason we're going to discuss today may change the way you see your dog forever. Because once you understand what's really happening inside your dog's mind when they reach out and touch you, you'll never look at that paw the same way again. You're sitting on the couch. Maybe you're eating dinner. Maybe you're scrolling through your phone. Then, without warning, your dog gently places a paw on your arm. No barking, no whining, no jumping up and down, just a quiet, deliberate touch. Most people assume their dog wants a treat, a walk, or a little attention. And sometimes that's true, but the way they're asking matters far more than what they're asking for. Think about it. Your dog has plenty of ways to get your attention. They could bark. They could pace around the room. They could nudge you repeatedly with their nose. Yet instead, they choose a calm, controlled gesture. That choice tells a fascinating story. Over time, your dog has been studying you. They've watched how you react to different behaviors. They've learned what works and what doesn't. And somewhere along the way, they discovered that a gentle paw gets a better response from you than making a scene. In other words, your dog has customized their communication style specifically for you. That requires patience, observation, and a surprising level of social intelligence. But what makes this even more remarkable is that this small gesture may not just be a request at all. It could be something much deeper. But the story goes even deeper. Have you ever wondered why dogs use their paws specifically? Why not a nose nudge, a bark, or simply sitting closer to you? The answer may be hidden right beneath their feet. Dogs have scent glands located between the pads of their paws. Every time they walk, scratch, or press their paws against a surface, they leave behind tiny chemical messages that other animals can detect. Now think about that gentle paw resting on your leg. To you, it feels like a simple touch. To your dog, it may be something much more meaningful. In the canine world, scent is information. It tells stories about identity, familiarity, and belonging. And when your dog repeatedly places their paw on you, they may be reinforcing a bond that matters deeply to them. Not because they want to control you, not because they're being possessive, but because you represent something incredibly important in their life: safety, comfort, home. Look around your dog's favorite places: the couch they always choose, the bed where they sleep, the spots where they feel most relaxed. These are the places they return to because they trust them. And in your dog's mind, you belong on that list too. But what if that paw isn't just about affection? What if sometimes it's actually a way of checking on you? Imagine you're lying on the couch, completely still. Maybe you've dozed off while watching television. Maybe it's late at night and the house is quiet. Then suddenly, you feel a paw pressing gently against your chest, or a soft tap on your face. Most people assume their dog is being annoying. They think their dog wants food, attention, or a trip outside. But what if your dog is actually checking on you? Dogs are incredibly sensitive to human physical patterns. They notice your movements, your breathing, and even the small routines you repeat every day without realizing it. Over time, they become experts at reading your normal behavior. That's why unusual stillness can catch their attention. When you stop moving for longer than expected, your dog may become curious or even concerned. Their instinct tells them something has changed, and they feel compelled to investigate. That gentle paw may be their way of asking a simple question: "Are you okay?" It's no coincidence that dogs are often used as medical alert animals. Their ability to detect changes in human conditions is remarkable. They pay attention to details most people completely miss. And when your dog reaches out to touch you during those quiet moments, it may not be because they need reassurance. It may be because they're making sure you're still there. And the reason this behavior feels so natural to them begins much earlier than most people realize. To understand why your dog reaches out with their paw, we have to go back to the very beginning of their life. Long before they learned their name, long before they chased their first ball, long before they ever met you. As newborn puppies, dogs enter the world completely helpless. They can't see, they can't hear. Their entire survival depends on staying close to their mother. And one of the very first things they learn to do is press their tiny paws against her while nursing. At first glance, it seems like a simple physical action. The movement helps stimulate milk flow and makes feeding easier. But something much more important is happening at the same time. In those early moments, a powerful emotional connection is being formed. Warmth, safety, comfort, security. All of those feelings become linked to the act of pressing their paws against someone they trust. As puppies grow older, they no longer need their mother's milk. But that emotional association never completely disappears. Deep inside their brain, the memory remains. That's why many adult dogs continue using their paws during moments of affection and connection. When your dog places a paw on you, they may be reaching back to one of the oldest feelings they have ever known, the feeling that everything is safe. And that sense of security becomes especially important when they think you might be leaving. Have you ever noticed your dog placing a paw on your leg right as you're about to get up? Not after you stand, not while you're walking away, right before. It's almost as if they knew what you were about to do, and in many cases they probably did. Dogs are masters of reading human body language. In fact, they spend their entire lives studying us. They notice tiny details that most people don't even realize they're giving away. A slight shift in your posture, the way you lean forward before standing, a change in your breathing, the tension in your muscles as you prepare to move. To your dog, these signals aren't random, they're clues. And when those clues suggest you're about to leave, some dogs respond in the simplest way they know how. They reach out, one gentle paw, almost like they're saying, "Wait a little longer." This isn't necessarily separation anxiety or clinginess. It's often a reflection of how connected they feel to you. Your presence brings comfort, predictability, and security to their world. So when they sense that moment slipping away, they try to hold on to it for just a few seconds more. It's a quiet request, a small act of vulnerability. And perhaps the most touching part is that your dog isn't asking for something material. They're asking for you, but the final reason behind that paw may be the most powerful of all. And now we arrive at the deepest reason of all, the one that makes every other explanation feel even more meaningful. When your dog places a paw on you and simply leaves it there, relaxed, calm, and without asking for anything, they may be expressing something that goes beyond affection. They may be expressing trust. Think about life from a dog's perspective. For thousands of years, survival depended on staying alert. A dog that was distracted, unbalanced, or unprepared could miss a threat, lose a meal, or fail to protect itself. That's why animals are naturally cautious about their surroundings. Yet when your dog chooses to rest a paw on you, they are doing the opposite of staying guarded. They're relaxing. They're letting their attention drift away from the world around them and focus entirely on your presence. In that moment, they aren't worried about what might happen next. They aren't scanning for danger. They aren't preparing to run. They're comfortable enough to simply be with you. And that kind of trust is never given lightly. Perhaps that's why these small moments feel so powerful. A gentle paw may seem insignificant, but behind it lies years of companionship, shared routines, and a bond built day after day. So the next time your dog reaches out and places a paw on you, don't rush the moment away. Pause. Because in their own quiet way, they may be saying something every dog owner longs to hear. I feel safest when I'm with you. So the next time your dog places a paw on your arm, your leg, or your chest, don't dismiss it as a random habit. Take a moment and really pay attention. Because behind that simple gesture may be a request, a memory, a wellness check, a desire to stay close, or a quiet expression of trust that words could never fully capture. The truth is, dogs don't experience the world the way we do. They don't write letters. They don't send messages. They don't tell us how they feel with words. Instead, they communicate through tiny actions that are easy to overlook. A glance, a tail wag, a gentle lean, and sometimes a single paw resting softly on the person they love most. For your dog, that small moment may mean far more than you ever realized. It may be their way of saying, I trust you, I feel safe with you, or perhaps, thank you for being my person. And maybe that's what makes the bond between humans and dogs so extraordinary. Not because they can speak our language, but because somehow, without saying a single word, they still manage to tell us exactly what's in their heart. If this video changed the way you see your dog, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the incredible mind of your best friend.